I don't think I put on a pair of gloves or touched a pad or a bag for about 2 or 3 months.
We were told at the beginning we'd never go nowhere, no one would spar us.
I've learned how much I don't know about boxing.
Rob Tabbert here in camp with Fabio Wardley, the British heavyweight champion. Fabio, always a pleasure to catch up. How are you getting on?
Doing well. Camp's going well. It's all going to plan. Sparring, getting bits going. Training's going well. Weight's going nicely. So we're in a good place.
What's your favourite part of camp?
When it's over. I don't know. I'd probably say most or all fighters. The favourite bit is sparring. It's what we're all here for. It's what we do. It's better when you have a good spar and you come out on top or however. But regardless, sparring, learning from it, getting caught with a good shot is weirdly something that I quite enjoy. Like, you acknowledge it. There's a bit of level of respect to go, okay, cool, yeah, I see what you did there. That was pretty good.
Your least favourite part of camp?
Any cardio session? I don't actually, to be fair, I don't actually mind running too much. If anything, I prefer it to the assault bike stuff that my S&C team have me doing, which is Danny Wilson from Boxing Science. So he's quite hell-bent on getting me on those assault bikes, which I hate, but sometimes you've got to get those things done.
You have a very special relationship with Rob. Of course, he was your coach when you were white collar, and he's kind of stayed with you right the way through to British champion and beyond, but got a very close relationship with him. Yeah,
a special relationship, I think. I've actually known him since I was, I don't know, 12, 13, something like that.
When I first saw him, everyone said he would get no further than a Southern area champion. I just knew there was something special about him, and he can go a long way. Obviously, he didn't go down the amateur route. We wanted him to, but he got the opportunity to turn over professionally, and I just thought he could do very well, British level, and so forth from there.
I was in a program for unruly, kind of naughty kids when I was younger, and he was one of the kind of mentors on that program and things, and had always been interested in boxing and trying to get me into it. When I was younger, it wasn't something I was interested in, but it just so happens that later in life has come a bit full circle and we've come back around. So we've got a very extensive relationship. We've known each other for a very long time, which is a plus and a minus. Like I say, we get on very well. I trust him with everything, so it's good to have someone like that next to you along a journey like this, especially in boxing where you can run into some unsavoury characters.
I'm very proud because we were told at the beginning we'd never go nowhere. The doors were shut on us every step of the way. No one would spar us because he was coming from the white collar, and I get that totally from the white collar background, so no one would spar us at all. But now, so literally a lot of people come around going, oh, I knew he had a little bit of talent. Seeing him lift the British heavyweight title was one of the best moments of my life.
Complacency isn't something that you're kind of accustomed to seeing with Ben, and the way that he coaches, very detailed coach. What's it been like working with him? What have you learnt from him?
I've learnt how much I don't know about boxing. I've had a very whirlwind kind of entry to boxing, really. I skipped maybe the first 10 steps of kind of your standard boxing manual 101 and jumped kind of straight into the deep end. So Ben's really kind of stripped me down and gone, right, let's revert back. And it's hard to do because I'm developed. I've got a style. I fight a certain way. I've been in high level fights and things. So to bring me back and go, right, we need to do this, and it's very baseline stuff. I remember when I first got here, I don't think I put on a pair of gloves or touched a pad or a bag for about 2 or 3 months.
Every fighter wants to hit the pads and they want to do the fun stuff and the stuff that they enjoy, but they don't want to do the stuff that they don't enjoy. I do it all the time with fighters. Sometimes on purpose, I won't put the pads on for a long time. I won't do this and I won't do that. And it's almost like, oh, yeah, but this is boring. Yeah, but are you doing it to enjoy it all the time, or are you doing it because it's what you need to do? He's not someone that's had an extensive amateur pedigree, so I think it benefits him coming here and discussing in detail decision making. And sometimes it's funny, in the Nathan Gorman fight there was a scenario that we'd worked on, and he actually looked at me while in the ring as if to say, that scenario's just happened. He's got the composure enough to be able to, on the night, process, okay, yeah, we've worked on that, this is what I need to do.
What do you eat when you're in camp? What's your diet like when you're in camp?
Well, like you said, I'm lucky. I'm a heavyweight, so I can get away with eating quite a bit. At the moment, funnily enough, I'm on a 5,000 calorie diet.
What sort of foods and how regularly?
So I have 3 main meals a day. I'm fortunate enough to work with a meal prep company, KO Chef, who make and prep all my meals for me down to the last calorie. So I haven't. The best thing for me is not having to consider it or think about it too much. I can just take the pack, sling it in the microwave, heat it, get through it. It just does its job. I've been very fortunate throughout my career to be able to train alongside some very high level operators. So I've been able to sit and just take bits from their camps as well, things they've done, and apply them to my own. Because like I say, when I joined in, but when I got into boxing, I was very fresh. I was very new. I didn't know anything, to be honest. So I didn't necessarily know how to structure a camp appropriately and what to do and when to do it. So being able to sit next to these guys and just watch and go, okay, they do this before sparring and they do this after sparring, and on their rest days they do this, and before an S&C session they warm up like this, and bits and bobs, and just peeling all those bits of information from them has been extremely helpful for me to manage my own camps.
So refresh our memory about going out to the Olympic Institute in Ukraine and sharing a camp with Alexander Usyk.
Yeah, that was probably the most interesting one of the lot. Probably because as well it was my first one where I actually went away for an extended period of time. I left the country, and again, when I did it, I was brand new to it. I didn't know how that worked. I didn't know what was the right thing to do, what wasn't the right thing to do. So I just got the call. I hopped on a plane to Ukraine about a week later, and I was off, and I landed in Ukraine. Got out of the airport, looked left and right, and there was just a guy with a sign with my name on it who didn't speak a lick of English. So I just hopped into a relatively sketchy white van with him, and wondered if this might be the end of my career before it's really kicked off. But no, once I got there, Usyk and his team were beyond accommodating. They're probably one of the nicest set of team that I've spent time with in a camp. And it was a real kind of baptism of fire, really, because he was such a high level operator and going to such a rural country in the sense of where he was based and everything. I was just away from it all and really got to double down and just kind of hone my skills, but really just for however long I was there, just go boxing. There was nothing else to do really other than either train with him, watching train, or go be back at the hotel resting and watching boxing videos and things like that. So I really got to just delve deep into kind of myself and what I wanted from this, and how I was going to build myself as a fighter.
Everyone wants to turn over professionally now from doing the white collar, and Fabio is kind of a freak of a nature that's done it through his side as well. So, but he has inspired a lot of young kids to go into the boxing gyms throughout Ipswich, amateur and white collar.
Okay, well, Fabio Wardley, thanks very much for having us down in camp with yourself today, and we look forward to seeing you back in the ring soon.
Pleasure. Thanks, mate.